I keep this one a little short, maybe 5 minutes max. So I talk a little fast. Recently, today's May 22nd, 2025. Took a trip to visit family after 2.5 years, really, of not seeing them, except for my mom, who comes here to Houston once in a while. But yeah, I suppose I start out by reading something from this morning, and then I flip through some pictures. Between disconnection and connection, there is a time of transition. That time is called loneliness. During these moments, we choose what to do with that loneliness. We can stay in the lonely place as long as we need to. It's not necessary to force ourselves to move out of it before we're ready, but eventually we must move or the loneliness would deepen, becoming a desert of isolation where we cannot find our way out. We're meant to be connected to many things, to God, to ourselves, to other people, to life. Maybe the purpose of loneliness is to provide the transition to connection. Rather than experiencing loneliness as something we deserve or something we brought on ourselves, we can become aware of the deep longing within ourselves to be part of a wider world. We can then do our best to meet our needs and feel pleasure when they are met. How does this apply to me? Well, for a long time, I actually lived in Georgia with my folks. I didn't really want to feel or spend that much energy in forming connections with them, with my parents or my sister, because I don't know. I think I was too wrapped up in my own head and my own issues, and so I preferred whenever I went to their house, which I would prefer to be just sitting in my room or going out all the time, so I don't have to spend time with them. This time was a little different, so let me flip through a few pictures. And go from there. Since pictures tell 1,000 words, right, or something like that. So that was let's see. So this was going to Atlanta Airport. You can see there's a lot of stops here, and then this is my old bedroom. Definitely raised a lot of old feelings inside since my parents moved here after I already went away for college. So most of the time I was here, it was in between classes. Sorry, like during the summer, where most of my friends were gone. So going to this room actually brought a lot of feelings of loneliness, isolation, because at that time, as I mentioned, I didn't really want to spend any time with my parents, and my college friends were mostly gone during the times when I was using this room. Um, so yeah, but it's it's pretty comfortable. So there is that. That's my parents' downstairs study. Has not changed in quite some time. My dad's office. He went to UGA. So apparently my sister painted these two paintings. I get into that in a little bit. She's quite the artist. The front door, they have a lot of plants. I'm going to go through a lot of pictures. That's another plant. There's more plants. That's their backyard. A lot of plants. These are jasmine flowers. This is corn. My mom grew these. My mom also was proud to say she grew these too. I think these are tomatoes or something, and I don't know what these are. There's some Chinese name. More plants. My dad built all this thing. They had to cut down a tree for the grass. Okay, jasmine flowers. Closer view of there. More. Yeah, you can see the little fancy Chinese pots here for the jasmine flowers. They smell really good, by the way. Yeah, they're eating. The cat. They have a cat. I never figured out what the cat's name was, but she was pretty friendly. We took a little walk. So in the past, I would never have wanted to spend time just walking with my parents, but this time they were just willing to do so. There's like a really nice little local park in the area. It's my mom just walking, dad, Lelburn. Yep. So, and she was trying to show me the backyard. These are like fig trees. They're like there's like tiny little figs that's growing. I think it's actually that one. I forget what this is, but there's a lot. Yeah, I think she was pointing that out to me. Oh, look at that. These are like tiny little Asian pears that's growing, which is pretty cool. I don't know what these are. Both my parents study plant science, so they know a lot about plants and they grow a lot. Okay, just trying to take pictures of the garden, I think, and failing at it. Oops. Okay. Well, no, that was a Wi-Fi. Um, so that was my breakfast. Was really good. My mom really knows how to cook. A lot of these Shanghai dumplings. She didn't make them though. Those take a lot of effort to make. But these buns, these are healthy, like red bean stuff. Some cake things, then black corn, tea, of course. You can't miss out on that. So that day, this was Thursday morning, last Thursday morning. I wanted to go visit my old teacher, high school teacher. So naturally, had to eat a full breakfast. Oh, and that's cassava. Oops, I think. Yeah, it was really good. Oh yeah, that's my old teacher, Mr. Volpe's wife. She likes to do quilting. Oops, that's so went on a little drive with so my old high school teacher. I've known him for many decades now. Okay, I shouldn't say many decades. That makes me sound like I'm 70. He's 75 this year, I believe. I still call him Mr. Volpe. He was my high school geography teacher. So yeah, he released a raccoon. He apparently caught one that was foraging around and stealing all the birds. He's a very much an outdoors guy, so has a lot of energy. We hiked around like the Chattahoochee River area. He lives up in North Georgia, so I drove up an hour to go over here, and we talked for a bit before he was saying, hey, we should take a walk, and I said okay. Yeah, there's quite a lot of nature out there in North Georgia, right at the Appalachian foothills. It's quite beautiful. I don't know what lake this is. It's some, I think, man-made lake, human-made lake. So yeah, and then they had a lot of these little toads that was hopping around. He would show it to me. We saw like a bunch of them. Trees, more trees, me, two diverging roads. Yeah, okay. So took pictures of a sign. He talked to that guy in the truck for a little while. Apparently, I think that guy is a park ranger or something that that works there. So that was oh, and apparently these are some kind of plants that's made to feed deer. I don't know what he's doing there. I think he's making bird sounds. He's very much a bird watcher, so he knows quite a lot. So these are people canoes going down the Chattahoochee River. In the future, if I come here, like maybe during the summer or something, I would want to go down the river as well. Seems pretty fun. Then just like hiking back, it took quite some time. They have these like native plants as well. Yeah, so it's like, yep, lots of plants. Not sure what this is. Some parasitic thing growing on this. Yeah, we passed some chicken farm. I think we were trying to find snakes earlier. He's a snake wrangler. Couldn't find one. Went to, what is that? Whatever, I forget the grocery store, but went there to get some, just get some random groceries. He's very good at mixing drinks. That was great actually. So went outside, and actually I was just hanging out there for a while. Like the house is huge. I mean, his dog's cute. Yeah, this is kind of the bedroom that I slept in. It's it's kind of an interesting, definitely an interesting style, I would say. And the quilts, handmade by his wife. Uh, so I wrote him a poem, gave him a book. His little dog, Buddy, definitely a lowrider right there. Very, very cute dog. Oh, so then we took a few photos together. So, and after that, I went to Mount Yonai to just climb a mountain by myself, since he wasn't going to join me. And then, I had to hurry home later. So this mountain is beautiful. I mean, look how green everything is. Like, look at that huge tree. You don't find that like here in. I mean, definitely not in Houston. But yeah, and even halfway, you can get a really good view of the surrounding area, and it was pretty beautiful. Here, let me just. I'm not gonna. Yep. So that's me again. I don't really know any natural landmarks here. I was just climbing up the mountain. Some of the areas get really, really rough. Like, it may seem like it's a gentle slope, but it just keeps going up and up and up and up. Like, it doesn't stop. Um, so yes, wearing my pickleball shoes, since clearly that's the best way to go hiking. Um, Yeah, there were like definitely some giant rock formations there as well. Well, I had to drive an hour back into town towards Atlanta to go eat some buffet with my parents. Definitely a very good buffet. A lot of seafood. I think it's like Korean owned and operated. She loves eating snow crab legs, so my mom ate a bunch of them. Um, yeah, as you can imagine, I love taking pictures of food for some reason. So more food, more food. Oh, okay. Probably don't want to show that. That's my sister's room. Okay, so I think it was Saturday afternoon. My parents invited uh, some friends of theirs over and made a huge meal. Um, in a way, I think they were trying to impress them. Um, oh yeah, and they drank this the best tea, one of the best teas in China, Longjing Cha. That's like Dragon Well. It's one of the best. And this is like the Westlake brand. Absolutely delicious. But as I said, I don't know. My mom has this notion that she needs to help me set up a match for some reason. So this girl from Shanghai, honestly, I didn't have any interest, but like I was telling Mr. Volpe, you got to humor your parents sometime. So yeah, but overall, I mean, it wasn't a bad experience. The food was good. There were some I felt semi awkward moments, but I displayed my true self, so I didn't really hold back. I talked about space and art when I could. And if nobody had really any interest, well, not my fault. Um, so yeah, and then that visited my on. I think it was also that day. Yeah, Saturday afternoon. I visited my friend Steve. I've known him since high school, and that's his little kid, also called Steve, Steve the Sixth. And so we drove to a nearby little park. Just walked around for a while. His kid's really funny. Said a lot of funny things. Afterwards, we took a few pictures together. Uh, Oh yeah, and then my dad showing me his arsenal because the next day we actually went. We did not go hunting. I guess my family doesn't want to kill animals for fun. But we went to a shooting range. I've never gone to one before, outdoors one, so that was fun. And shot some rifles, which I've never done. So yeah, and honestly, this is like one of the first times that my dad has actually, as an adult, has actually asked me to do anything with me. So that was quite surprising. So I accepted it, Um, in many ways, we don't see things eye to eye. And frankly, there's a lot of things I'm still working through in therapy with, with family issues, mostly from the past. But, I'm still willing to form a connection with him if he's willing to do the same. So on whatever basis, went to a local farm and bought some Georgia peaches, some other things, just cause why not? And then I think that was Sunday. So yeah, Sunday afternoon came back and more food. My mom invited some more friends over, and friends and friends and friends and friends and friends. So don't really know most of them. I did catch up with one of them who was a childhood acquaintance, I should say. I mean, he's like the son of one of my mom's closest friends, and so we talked for a good while. Yeah, that's him. That's Lee. He's some random girl that his mom tried to set him up with. Didn't go anywhere. What's up with these Asian moms trying to set up their kids? Don't know. Maybe it's a cultural thing. So, um, and then some more meat buns the next day. She made a lot. Monday, I decided to visit Steve the Fourth. I think that's like my high school friend Steve's dad, and so went to his office and just hung out for a bit. There's nothing exciting to take pictures of there, so I don't know. Just took pictures. Afterwards, Sunday night evening, I took a walk with my mom. Saw a deer at Bethesda Park, which is fairly close by. Uh, oh yeah, these things are sponges used to like make things. Not make things. What do you want? Clean things. Yeah, which is pretty cool. Then for I think it was Monday or It was Tuesday. I can't. Yeah, I think it was Tuesday. I had to go eat seafood again. One of my mom's friends, her brought her son over. He's only 18 and he's super tall. Just I don't know, just wanted us to meet or just talk or something. And then here she then came back, made some more food. Um, I don't know. I was just reading over some of these books. I think are my sister's books. She's making little well, more food, as you can imagine. So I decided to go to a nearby park, Yellow River Park, and just walk around for a while. Um, so it was really hot. I don't know who left that thing, but it was interesting. I didn't go down. Yeah, it's like the Yellow River. I don't think it's anything really famous. It's just close by, and the trail goes on for a very long time. So it's like goes on. So I sat there for a while, came back, and then we had to head out to Atlanta. So took the back exit. Okay, that's for eating. Yep, my luggage bag was so huge, so had to essentially put it on. Oh, what you call it? Yeah, she packed it all with food. So then I got back, and really that's about it. I guess this lasted a little longer than I thought. There were a lot of pictures to flip through, but I would say this is definitely the first time in probably the last 10 years, if you can believe it, where I actually, made some serious effort to connect with my parents. And they likewise did the same, went on walks, and my dad, volunteered to spend some time with me. So, overall, I would say that was really positive. The only thing that I didn't quite work out is my sister's still ignoring me. We had an altercation a couple years ago, and 7 years ago now, 7 or 8, and she hasn't really talked to me since. So trying to force it doesn't lead anywhere. So that's still a work in progress. Just waiting for her side to open up eventually. But I'm hopeful about that. I believe everything rests in, well, the power much greater than me. So we'll leave it at that. So I can try my best. All right. With all that, let me just end it here.